Sure. I would just like to confirm, will there be any timing rules for elections? Will there be any timing rules for elections? Okay. Can you hear me?
I guess you can keep an 8 to 10 minute limit, but
Okay.
I'm not sure if there is a timing rule for election.
No time.
Oh, okay.
Okay. In that
Keep
case,
it under
my
3 hours.
job.
Yeah.
In that case, my job is easier. I will just be timing the table topics section, and I will be using my background with different colors like green, yellow, and red to show the time limits. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Ajita. Second functionary for tonight will be the accountant, Xavier. Xavier, can you tell us what your role will be tonight?
Great evening, fellow Toastmasters. I will be the odd counter tonight, watching for all those pesky filler words like and all those, even during the elections. So Hassan, be on your best watch. Whoever future president is, be on your best watch because I'm counting. Back to you, Destin.
Thank you, Mr. Accountant. The third functionary for tonight will be Junan, our grammarian. Can you unmute yourself, Junan, and tell us what your role will be tonight?
Okay. So I'm the grammarian today, and for election, I'm not sure if we have any rule. Just use any as good grammar as you can use, and I will explain the grammar rules for table topics later. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Junan. And we also have our Zoom master and clap master. I think tonight that will be Bhakti, right?
I think I am the Zoom master, but clap master is Preetham, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, Pritam.
So I'll be doing the technical stuff.
Sorry?
Go on.
Okay, so without further ado, we're gonna dive right in the e-board elections. And for that, I will hand over the lectern to Hassan.
Thank you very much, Destin. As you said, today we have the club e-board election where we have to elect the club officials for the next semester from July to December. So what I'm going to do is to start from the position of the president to the last one, which is sergeant at arms. And for each position, I will tell you what are the tasks and who is the candidate that we picked for our club, and then we are going to vote for the. Just to confirm, Alex, do we vote for each position or do we vote at the end for the whole list?
So we vote for each position, and the way that will work is you'll announce who is on the slate, and then you'll open up nominations to the floor, and you'll wait, and you'll call for nominations from the floor 3 times. That's official Toastmasters rules. And then if there's no other nominations from the floor, we can vote by acclamation and just say, aye, we all agree. If there is a nomination from the floor, then we can have an election where we do a ballot.
Thank you, Alex.
Mm-hmm.
So as I say, I will start with the position of the president. Here is what is expected from the president. He's responsible for the club's overall operation. The president guides the meeting and guide the club through the distinguished club program. He also meets regularly the club officers and works closely with the area director to coordinate goals. With a big picture perspective, the president sets the trajectory for the club's activity. And for this semester, the candidate for the club president is Ming Xu, who unfortunately can't make it today because he has an internship right now. And I would like to ask, let me see if I can see everybody. Is there a candidate for the club of for the position of president? Is there another candidate for president? For the last time, is there another candidate for president? Looks like no. So if we don't have any candidates, so I guess we are going to vote for Ming Shu as our next club president. Okay, so we declared by acclamation that Ming Shu is the club president for the next semester. The second position is the vice president education. This officer helps members progress in their educational journey by scheduling meeting roles and signing off on completed projects. The VPE facilitates new member orientation and assign mentors. This position is often regarded as the most challenging, but it doesn't have to be if the workload is divided. And for this semester, the candidate we have for this position is, I think for the second time or more than second time, Xavier. And I would like to ask her if there's any candidate for the position of VPE. Any other candidate for the position of VPE? Any other candidates? I can see only any hands. So our new VPE for this semester is Xavier. The third position is Vice President membership. This officer focuses on building our club membership. He or she greets visitors, provides them with information packs, and plan outreach activities to attract visitors. A diligent VPE collects guest contact information and follows up quickly. It's better to do it immediately after the meeting when we might get 3 or 4 visitors instead of the end of the month when we could get 15 or 11 visitors, say Paulo Martins. So a phone call is most effective because people often appreciate the personal contact. They may have questions and you can use the opportunity to invite them to the club to visit again. So for this position, we have a candidate who is Ruchi. And I would like to ask here, is there a candidate for the position of VP membership? Any other candidate? Any other candidate for VP membership? Looks like the answer is no. I think we are going to declare that Ruchi is our new VP membership for this semester. Now we move on to Vice President Public Relations. This officer establishes and maintains the line of communication between the club and its members, as well as between the club and the public. Activities include writing and distributing press releases and newsletters and conducting publicity campaigns and the website maintenance, as well as social representation. And we have a good candidate for this position, who is Bhakti. And I would like to ask, is there another candidate for Vice President membership, public relations? Any other candidates? Any other candidate for VP public relations? No. So our new VP public relations for this semester is Bhakti. Now we move on to the position of treasurer. He or she manages the club's financial health by collecting dues, paying bills, and tracking financial status. This role is important because the club in good standing status is dependent on paid membership. Members with an accounting background are very comfortable and well suited, but anybody can do it. It's not that complicated. So For this semester, our candidate is Hadija, who unfortunately is in Gambia, so she can't attend the meeting now because really late, I can tell you now in Gambia. So is there any candidate for the position of treasurer? Any candidate? Any candidate for the position of treasurer, the finance minister or finance secretary of treasurer of the club? No. Okay, so for this semester, our club treasurer is Hadija. So the sixth position is the club secretary, who manages all records and correspondence, including member attendance, supply orders, officer list, past club's record and meeting minutes. The job is less visible but plays a significant role in cultivating camaraderie and engagement. And for this semester, our candidate for this position is Destin. Is there any other candidate for the position of secretary? Any other candidates? Any candidate to challenge Destin? Okay, so we don't have any other candidates, so I declare that Destin is our club secretary for this semester. And the seventh and last position is Sergeant at Arms, who addresses meeting logistics, including room reservation and meeting setup and cleanup. The Sergeant at Arms arrange timing lights, the club banner, and the direction sign evaluation form. The Sergeant at Arms properly stores and transports the supplies and equipment. So for this position, so far we don't have any candidates, and I would like to ask if there is a candidate on the floor who would like to be our club sergeant at arms for the semester.
Just a point of order here. Technically, officers are allowed to hold two positions. So if someone who's currently holding or who's been nominated and elected for another position wants to be nominated for this position, that is allowed under Toastmasters rules. And for the training for the DCP, we only have to have 4 individual officers trained. So if there's 6 officers holding 7 positions, we just have to get 4 of them to the training.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, I'd like to nominate Bhakti to serve also as our Sergeant at Arms for this semester.
Thank you, Alex.
Mhm.
So I would like to ask, is there any other candidate than Bhakti for the position of Sergeant at Arms? Any other candidate? Any other candidate for Sergeant at Arms? No. So for this semester, our Sergeant at Arms is Bhakti. So I would like to congratulate all the elected officers, and I would like to wrap up by saying, for this semester, our club president is Ming Shuo, the VP Education is Xavier, VP Membership Ruchi, VP Public Relations Bhakti, Treasurer Hadiza, Secretary Destin, and Sergeant at Arms Bhakti. Now I would like to give the floor to Bhakti, who has some words to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Hassan, and thank you, Pritam, for that wonderful sound. I would like to first of all thank the people who elected the current team. They did a wonderful job electing the current team. I had the pleasure of working with our team, which included Hassan, Destin, Mingsho, Ajita, Gaurav, and Mami, who were amazing at their roles and really helped me run this club in a very different time where we had this online setting. So everything was different. It wasn't the way with which we usually do our stuff. But thankfully, I had one of the most amazing team behind me, and I would like to thank everyone in the team. Thank you so much. You made my job very much easier. With that, I would like to congratulate the new team, and the old team is always ready to help you in your roles if required. So don't feel shy. Feel free to reach out if you need help with any roles or responsibilities or anything. We are always open to help. And once again, I would like to congratulate the new team. All the best for your journey. With that, I'll hand it over back to our Toastmaster, Destin.
Thank you, Pritam. Thank you, Bhakti. Now it's time for us to move to our second section of the meeting, the table topics. And this section will be led by Ruchi.
He's truly having his summer fun today. Can you hear me all? Can you hear me? Perfect. So, this is the one and the only section where we will hear people speaking their minds and their hearts today. I am excited because today was officially my students' last day of school. All I have to do now is to make the report cards, which is not fun at all, but I am resolute to do it and get it done by tomorrow so that I can enjoy my Friday and the upcoming weeks without having to create a lesson plan or teach a lesson plan or grade an assignment and anything of that sort. As you can see, I am all happy. And I have many more stories that you are going to share with us to make us even more happy. Before we do that, I would like to introduce our functionaries who would explain some of the rules we have to abide by, because some of us are still in school and we need to know the rules. With that, I would like to give it to our timer, Ajita.
Thank you, Ruchi. The timing rules for table topics are 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I'll show the green card. At 1.5 minutes, I'll show the yellow card. And at 2 minutes, I'll show the red card, where the speaker will have 30 minutes to wrap up their table topic speech. And in order to qualify for the table topic virtual chocolate, you'll have to cross the 1 minute mark and be within 2.5 minutes. Back to you, Madam Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Ajita. And if you are not intermittent fasting like me, you can have a chocolate tonight if you qualify for the timing rules. And we have one more rule that you have to abide by to get to the point so that you can truly eat a chocolate guilt-free. For that, we have our grammarian, Junan, who will share the rule. Over to you, Junan.
Thank you, Ruchi. So for anyone who participate in table topics, if you want to be the final winner, you have to use the keyword, which is resolute. Let me change my background. So resolute means determined. It means unwavering. It means admirably purposeful. So some example sentence are, he entered the room with resolute steps. She's a resolute competitor. So be sure to use the keyword resolute in your speech. Back to you, Ruchi.
Thank you, Junan. With that, it is 7:52 and we have a lot of time. And I have 7 questions. would like to go first? Destin. Oh, Bhakti. Let's go with Bhakti. All right, Bhakti, pick a number from 1 through 7.
3.
3?
Yeah.
All right. How is 2021 summer going to be different for you than the 2020 summer?
Thank you for that question, Ruchi. I was so used to saying 2021 that it surprised me when you said 2021, which is the right way to say that actually. I guess how different this summer would be is that we are prepared compared to the last summer where everything was a surprise. So this time I know what I can and cannot do. Luckily, we have fewer restrictions this summer compared to our previous summer. So my only goal this summer is to travel as much as possible because these last 2 semesters I have been, I guess, rotting inside my room. So I'm I'm trying my best to travel wherever I can. So whenever I get an invitation to travel, even before the person says where they are going to travel, I'm like, yes. Do you want to travel? Yes. Where? I don't care. I just want to travel. So that's my resolute for summer 2021. I hope that answers your question, Ruchi. Back to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhakti. We'll keep our eyes open to see your Facebook status updates or Instagram, wherever you are. Over to our next volunteer who would like to go. We have plenty questions. I can make up more if we need to. Alex. All right, Alex. What number would you pick from those numbers?
Number 5.
Number 5. Awesome. What is a perfect summer day for you?
A perfect summer day. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, Table Topics Master, fellow Toastmasters, and all of you. I know what a perfect summer day is because I very recently had one. The Memorial Day picnic that we have, that Rich hosts every year at his house, is the perfect way to kick off summer. It is a whole extended long day in the sun, eating a potluck meal together and playing ultimate frisbee and running around and getting all the winter cabin fever out of my joints and bones and stuff. Waking up Tuesday morning feeling very sore because I moved more than I did in that day than I had in the 6 previous months. I go into that day resolute to be as much a kid as possible. And that's a great way to have a summer day. And I'm really excited for this summer because every other Sunday there's a whole bunch of people that are going to be getting together, and it's not quite the same as the Memorial Day picnic. It's not quite as much games, and there won't be a goat circus every other week like there was at Memorial Day. You would have had to be there to see it. It's pretty incredible. But it's going to be a potluck, and it's going to be all my favorite people, and it's going to be out there in the sun or the rain, depending on what the weather's doing, and just being outside for a lot of time with people I love. That's a perfect summer day. Madam Table Topics Master.
Awesome. Thank you, Alex. Looking for more summer days like your perfect summer days in the upcoming summer. That starts from June 20, 2021. I didn't know that. I thought it was still summer. I mean, the temperature, it's summer, but it's not summer as per Google status. So I will abide by that. Who is our next volunteer? Who would like to be our next volunteer? Dustin, perfect. Dustin, you have to pick from these numbers.
Let's go with 1.
Number 1. All right. So what is your favorite summer tall tale that you tell to others to impress them or make a story out of it?
Can you repeat the question, please?
So what is your summer's most exaggerated tall tale that somewhat happened but not really happened, but it's fun to tell?
I really don't have something on my mind right now. So let me think about it. Like, okay, in 2019, when I was in Fayetteville, my roommate and I went to a park, and there was a small lake next to the park, and there were people canoeing. And some of my friends, sorry, went to do some canoeing. I didn't go. I was afraid of the water, actually. And when they were doing that activity, one of the canoe, I think one of the canoe turned in the water, and the people in that canoe almost, wait, oh my gosh, I don't know how to say that. The canoe almost sank in the water and they almost died. That was very scary, and I wish I was glad I didn't go to that activity because it would have been me. But at the same time, I did regret it because that would have been like an experience to tell to people, like, I was doing that, it was dangerous, I almost died, but I survived. So yeah, that might be that might be it. Sorry, back to you.
Thank you, Dustin. Well, it is. I'm glad all your friends are okay. And also that you didn't go because, well, I don't know, maybe I don't like taking many risks. And you're here. We want you to be here. Who would like to be our 4th volunteer? Xavier.
Oh, 7.
Perfect. Who's your perfect summer trip companion?
Well, I am so glad you asked, Madam Table Topics Master, because my perfect summer trip companion is trying to steal my show by trying to invade my stage again. It is Alex for sure. One of my favorite summer trip memories has been us two going up and canoeing the upper North Canadian waters. Basically, we had a map and they gave us a canoe that we rented. We put our bags in and they said, all right, go ahead. See you in 3 days. There was no one that came and checked on us. We just did our thing. There was one big lake that we were on and we were resolutely paddling and decided that we had enough lung strength to sing while we paddled for about 30 seconds. And then we did not have any lung strength anymore to sing while we paddled. And if I were to throw a tall tale in there, Alex fought one-on-one with a bear. So if you ever get attacked by a bear, have Alex on your side. Back to you, Madam Table Topics Master.
Sounds like Alex is a perfect summer trip companion. Over to our 5th volunteer. We got plenty of time. Awesome, Hassan. Pick a number.
4.
Tell us about your summer shopping list.
Thank you very much, Ruchi. My summer shopper list is something I've been thinking about it. I moved recently to Harrisburg and I'm trying to explore to see how is the city. So one of the things I'm planning to do is to go to a store to buy sneakers, because when coming to Harrisburg, I came with much things, so I had to drop my sneakers in Rochester. And now what I'm planning to do is to go to a store, find ones in order to, to go when they're running. Even here in Rasco, they don't have many sidewalks, but I would probably find a place, a fitness place where to go to run, to exercise my body. And beside that, I'm also planning to go to have some, some summer outfit, more summer outfits, like shorts and some t-shirts, something like that that can I will be comfortable wearing, for instance, to go kayaking is one of the things I'm also planning to do. And this is probably for now my summer list. My summer list for shopping. I would like to do all these things in order to be comfortable when going out, resolute, and do all the funny things that we can do during summer, like kayaking, hiking, and so on. Back over to you.
Hope you find the right shoes, Hassan. That is one important thing this summer for you. Who is our 6th volunteer? Pritam, pick a number.
I will go with 2.
Beach or mountain?
That's the question.
Yeah, you pick. Beach or mountain? Why? Expand on that, write an essay.
Okay, so I'll clap for myself first.
Yay!
Beach or mountain? I will pick mountain. The only reason being, where I lived, there were no mountains. Now I lived in New York, where there are not as so much as mountains. There are certainly hills that you could climb. The one reason I like mountains is because there is a possibility for doing a hike. I eat a lot. I eat before. The thing with me is that I cannot go to bed hungry. So if I'm hungry, I eat a lot. Mountains give me an opportunity to go on a hike and burn all those calories. Whereas when I go to a beach, I just want to sit there and watch the water. So there's no point or opportunity for exercise. You may argue that you can go and run on a beach, but I don't like running. I like to walk or sit. That's it. Running is not my thing. So mountains give me an opportunity. The other thing that I like, that I found mountains, climbing a mountain specifically, like reading a novel. That you climb, and at one point you are able to go to the peak and have a wonderful view. That's like reading a novel and going to the end, and getting to know what happens at the conclusion of the novel. Whereas in a beach, you go into a beach, walk in, and you have the introduction, body, conclusion all at the same place. So there is no excitement that is hidden from you. Mountain, there's so much to discover along the way, which is not in front of you right now. But if you make the effort to climb, you can see it. I have not used the word of the day, so I'm going to use it now. I think to climb a mountain, especially the mountains I like in New York or Adirondacks, you need to be very resolute. Some mountains can be very tough. They are very steep. And if you are not resolute, if you're not determined, you'll never reach the peak. So that is my answer. And with that, I'll hand it over back to you, Ruchi.
I hope you are in the time limit right now. So for our last question, would anyone like to go? Who has not gone? Ajita. All right, you. Your favorite summer drink that you cannot live without?
Summer drink.
Drink, yeah.
Thank you, Madam Table Topics Master. There are a lot of drinks which I like to drink during summer, especially a cold beer on a very hot day is really good. But I cannot call it my favorite one because I won't drink it every day. But my favorite drink during summer is definitely amla juice, which is Indian gooseberry juice, which keeps me hydrated. And it actually is multi it does a lot of different tasks for me. It boosts my immunity on days where I'm resolute that I wouldn't drink, and I wouldn't drink any alcoholic drink tonight, and I go for a summer party just like the Memorial Day weekend, but I still end up drinking a lot of good beers and maybe some tequila shots, and that's the time when amla juice is my savior, and I drink it before sleeping so that next day I wake up really fresh with no hangovers. So that definitely is my favorite drink for the entire summer. Back to you, Madam Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Ajita, for sharing that. And our Toastmaster asked me to ask you one more question. Who is left? I think who has not participated yet?
Apart from you, I think it's only Junan.
Junan?
Yeah.
Junan has not participated, so Junan, your turn. Do you, what is your one swimming pool memory?
This might be something that I don't want to remain, like, because it's very painful. When I was in my middle school, I still didn't learn how to swim, and I learned from my dad, and he teaches me how to swim, but I cannot float very well. That I'm kind of resolute person, so I'm determined to swim, to like be a good swimmer. So I swim really hard, and you know, when you swim, your feet, you have to swing them. And when I was using my feet to how to say, swing the water, my fingernail in my feet, it hits the ground, and the fingernail drops. It really is painful, and I have to go to the hospital to take care of my fingernail. And now it's still the fingernail grows up back to some position, but it's not very good looking. So that's my swimming pool memory. Yeah, back to you, Ruchi.
Pritam is having fun. Thank you, Janan, for sharing that. Before I give it over to our Toastmaster for the day, Destin, I would like to ask our timer if all the speakers were within the time limit.
Yes, all of them were. Sometimes, even though I was so engrossed in the stories that I forgot to show the card, but all of them were within time.
Awesome. Thank you, Ajita. I would also like to ask our grammarian, Janan, if all the volunteers used the word resolute. All the speakers.
I didn't hear it from Destin.
No, I didn't use it.
Other than that, all the
Yeah.
speakers, 7 speakers use the word. Right. All right. So I will now give it over to our Toastmaster for the day, Destin, and I will write the name of the speakers in the chat, but we have only 6 up to 6 for poll, and we have 7 volunteers. So I think we're going to vote via chat. So you can send me after I've sent you the list. Well, Bhakti did that. So you can send the names to me or Destin? Me?
Yeah.
Okay, send it to me.
So thank you, Ruchi. We're gonna take, I'm gonna ask Junan to give us a minute so that everybody can send a vote to Ruchi. And I'm gonna wait for the results of the table topics.
Should the timer do the 1 minute, or should I do?
Yeah, give us 1 minute so that everybody can send the vote to
Sure.
Ruchi.
We can have some music.
Yeah, DJ Pritam. Thank you, Pritam. While we are waiting for the results of the votes, I'm gonna ask our functionaries to give us their reports. And we're gonna start with the accounter, Xavier.
I was waiting for my sound, but it wasn't coming. Okay. Tonight was an unusual night in our meeting structure, which I think led to a whole bunch of filler words from a whole bunch of people. But if it makes you feel any better, no one did as bad as Alex with filler words. Tonight, there was only one to rule them all with no filler words, though, and that was our lovely clapmaster DJ, Freedom Podar. Besides that, us and ums and likes are what we watch out for. And Destin, don't say sorry. Back to you, Destin.
Thank you, Mr. Accounter. Mr. Grammarian, can you give us your report, please?
Um, sorry, I used the account again. So for tonight's grammaring, I don't know how to do this. I'm not prepared for this, but I think as far as I'm aware, everybody's grammar is better than me. And for table topics, we did pretty good. That's so far I can think of. Yeah, back to you, Kestin.
Thank you very much, Junaid. And I think our timer is Ajita. Do you have any report for us, Ajita?
Yay!
I think my timer report, as I already mentioned, everyone for the table topics were within time limit. That's all for the timeless report tonight. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you. Now it is time for me to present the winner of the table topics. GJ, please, can you give us a drum roll? Winner table is Alex. He already prepared his own chocolate.
He's on a treasure hunt.
Thank you. Now I'm gonna.
Oh my gosh, dude, that's huge.
I'm gonna turn over the lectern to our president, Bhakti, for the comments, and she will close the meeting.
You're muted.
Sorry about that. I want to say thank you, Dustin. You did very well with our new format of the meeting tonight. And this was a very fun meeting. Thanks to our sound engineer for the day, Pritam Podar. That is something we could use for our upcoming meetings. That did uplift the meeting a bit. Tonight was a short but fun meeting. So I would like to thank everyone for joining. Once again, congratulations to the new e-board. And if you're interested in any roles that you want to participate for the next meeting, Hassan is still available. He's still the VP and he will be taking up names for any speaker or roles that you would like. With that, I would like to conclude the meeting. Thank you,
Got one.
everyone. Okay, Xavier has got something to say.
Yep. New club officers. There is club officer training, which Alex mentioned before that at least 4 of us have to make, but it is really good training because you get experience from past people who've done your roles before from our district to prepare for this upcoming semester. Time-wise, it's not this Saturday, but next Saturday in the morning is one, or the other one is a Tuesday night. So that's, I think, the 22nd that falls on, 19th or 22nd. Back to you, Bobby.
Thank you, Xavier, for reminding that. So the new e-board members will get an email or have already received an email from Sam Otto. So the details of the training will be in that email. And as Xavier mentioned, it will be on a Saturday or a Tuesday. So hopefully everyone can join that meeting. With that, I'll just conclude tonight's meeting. Thank you everyone for joining.